Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving and living life to the fullest, right smack dab in the midst of it, in the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive sickness and disease to living life to the fullest, right smack dab in the midst of it. Now, let's clarify something. Living life to the fullest does not mean it's going to be easy, does not mean that it doesn't hurt or that it's not a struggle or that it's not hard. In fact, living life to the fullest, whether you're dealing with illness, sickness, disease, or you're not, to live your life to the fullest, it's going to cost you, baby. It's going to hurt. It's going to be challenging, and it takes a lot of discipline. So don't be deceived and think that living life to the fullest means everything's going to be easy for you. Nope. What it does mean is you're going to enjoy your life and you're going to live your life to the fullest in the midst of what you're going through, right? Because like I just heard my husband say, even if everything was all perfect and everything was working for you, you still going to have to fight. So no matter what, if there's life in your body, if there's breath in your body, no matter what the situation is around you, no matter what you're going through, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to fight. So you might as well fight to enjoy your life and fight to reach your goals and fight to have a better life, right? So living life to the fullest, it is a fight. It's not an easy road, right? There's a scripture I want to share with you today. It says, look to the ant, you sluggard. I like that, you sluggard. Look to the ant, you sluggard, right? It says the ant is the smallest of all the animals, right? It's so small and tiny, but yet, and it says that the ant has no ruler, has no king, nobody telling it what to do. But yet the ant has enough sense. I'm Tammyizing it, right? Because I'm not giving you word for word. Has enough sense to know that in the summer, it gathers its food for the winter because it knows the winter is coming. So it recognizes the season of the summer and said, this is my time to get it. And it get it and it stores up for a time when they know they're not going to be able to get it. You can unpack that in a lot of ways, right? Then after that, it says a little bit of sleep, a little bit of slumber, and poverty will come upon you like a thief. Y'all know that is true. Look back over your life in some way, in some area. And if you don't want to look at your life, look at somebody else's life, right? You will see where that has happened, right? We're just a little bit of sleep, a little bit of slumber, right? Just don't go work out for 2 weeks. Take a vacation and then try to go back to the gym. You be breathing hard, right? Try to stretch and your muscles be like, And you be like, wait, I did this last week. I can't do it this week because you took a week off, baby, right? Be up doing all you got to do. Go on vacation. And then come on back home and then have to pick up all the stuff that you had and see how much stuff done fell and how many things you got to grab and how much stuff done got behind, right? Just a little bit of not doing something. Just decide that, I need some time off. I ain't going to go to work for a while. And then just don't go to work. Take a few days. Take a week. Take 2 weeks. Take 3 weeks. Just be like, take a little bit of time. And then your bills come in and then you realize your check is short. Right? It just takes a little bit for stuff to go backwards. The easiest thing in life, it seems to me, to do is to go backwards. Don't you notice that? It takes no effort. You have to put forth no effort to go backwards. You don't have to do anything. It's the path of least resistance, right? You can go backwards quite easy. The hardest things to do in life is to move forward, is to succeed, to persevere, and to accomplish, to set forth for a goal. And that's what we have to do, even in the midst of what we're going through. Even in the midst of being bedridden, even in the midst of being hospitalized, even in the midst of sickness and disease and fear and terror, because fear and terror comes with sickness and disease, right? Yeah, y'all do know that, right? So let's just be real about that. You're going to be afraid at times. You're going to get diagnoses that'll shake you to your boots, right? Just to the core of who you are, right? These things do come. But even in the midst of all of that, y'all, we got to keep moving forward. And how do we do that? By putting one foot in front of the other. And how do we do that, right? Take it one step at a time. And we do that by taking ownership and responsibility. This is my life, my body, my health. So I don't depend on doctors to do my research for me. I don't depend on doctors to make my health decisions for me. I don't depend on my family members to make sure I take the things I'm supposed to take or eat the things that I'm supposed to eat and then blame them, because it's very easy to rely on other people and then blame them when things don't go right, even though you're the one who's suffering and behind it. And it's something when you're little, you hear most people, and most of us have experienced this, right? I can't wait till I'm grown. Ooh, I can't wait till I'm grown. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. Right? And I can do what I want to do when I want to do it. Ain't got nobody lording over me. And then we get grown. And now we have the ability to make decisions over our lives. Right? And then we find out that this decision making thing is pretty heavy and pretty weighty. And sometimes I don't have enough information to make the right decision. And I don't know which way to go. And I don't want to be the one that's to blame for these consequences. And then we like, okay, somebody else make the decisions for me. I wish somebody could tell me what to do. But we need to be like that ant. We don't need nobody over us telling us what to do. We know instinctively what to do. Sometimes you may not know what decision to make. Do I take it? Do I not take it? Should I go this way? Should I not go that way? But you should have enough within you to say, this is my life, my body. I'm going to take responsibility for it, good or bad. These are my kids. I'm taking responsibility for them, good or bad. Instead of looking for somebody else to blame it on. Now, let me tell you something before you come up with anything that you can come up with. You see me now. I'm up and I'm moving now. I struggle now. I'm in a struggle this moment while I'm sitting here talking to you. Okay? I struggle every day. But I'm blessed because I'm up. So I'm not talking to you from an up position of somebody who can do something and don't know. I know what it is to be bedridden for years. I know what it is to not be able to roll over. I know what it is to have somebody else brush your teeth or take you to the bathroom or have to put your clothes on. I know what it is to not be able to hold your baby because you have absolutely no strength. To not be able to roll over, to be full of bed sores. To not be able to feed yourself. And I'm not talking about a one-time event, a one-day, a one-week event. I'm not even talking about a one-time event. I'm talking about years, multiple times, multiple occasions. But even in the bed, not being able to move, I had to say, these are my children. I'm responsible for them. They're nobody else's responsibility. So I had to find out how to mother and how to be a wife laying in the bed, can't move, even though my kids are feeding me. You've got to take responsibility, okay? And I'm telling you that from experience, if you want to succeed and if you want to move forward. Because if you don't, and if you choose to allow other people to make decisions for you, or if you choose to say these decisions are too great for me, this weight and this responsibility is too great for me, so I'm just not going to do anything, you have made a decision. Okay? That is a decision. You have made a decision and you're going to go backwards. And when you're dealing with sickness, illness, disease, depending on what you're dealing with and what your state is, sometimes you can't afford to go backwards because backwards means death. Sometimes going backwards means being blind. Sometimes going backwards means losing limbs and fingers and legs and toes. And all of that ultimately leads to death. So when you're going through health issues, you can't afford to go backwards. If you're married and you have children, you can't afford to go backwards. You gotta progress, baby. And the only way to do that is to take responsibility. In the situation that I am in right now, I still got to take steps to progress my family forward, to progress my health forward, to progress my life forward, to progress my finances forward. Even though everything is saying, how in the world can you do it? So, I know this ain't no jumping, shouting, and nothing that's going to make you say, ooh, girl, I love you so much. I just tickled you pink. No, it ain't happening today. This is real world stuff. I'm here today to encourage you and to tell you that if you want to survive, you're not going to make it very long. You got to move into thriving. And the only way to move into thriving is to keep moving forward. You got to keep progressing. You got to keep putting forth effort. It's in the intention. It's in the intention. We were somewhere not too long ago, and we had a lot of family members around, and everybody kept asking us, how do you feel? How do you feel? You know, and we were watching something, and I know you got to be so proud. How do you feel? Is what they kept asking us. And we were like, what? What? And they were like, with all that you've been through and all that's been going on, to be able to sit here and see where you guys are now, how does that make you feel? And we laughed about it later because we couldn't even comprehend what they were asking us. You want to know why? Because we was moving forward, baby. That's all we've been doing is put one foot in front of the other. Progressing. We're dealing with the reality of it, going towards goal, putting stuff forward. So while you're looking at all the hardships, right? While you're looking at all these things and seeing we're accomplishing, you're sitting there admiring. I'm sitting there making sure her ballet shoe don't fall off. Making sure her hair don't come out of her ponytail. I'm still putting forth the work. Now, there are moments when we come back and we look and go, look what God has done. Oh my gosh, this is just amazing. But in the meantime, you pat your back and you keep moving forward. Sometimes, right? Good things happen. Sometimes bad things happen. It rains on everybody, the just and the unjust alike. But when you're constantly doing the work, upholding, and you're moving forward, it helps you to not focus so much in on the bad so it doesn't consume you. And yeah, sometimes you got to stop and recognize the accomplishments, but you also have an understanding that when you celebrate the accomplishments, you don't have time to take off to just celebrate for a month. You celebrate while you keep moving forward, knowing that one day you'll be able to look back and go, wow, look how we got here in the midst of all we're going through. I hope something in there was helpful for you. Remember, in all things, at all times, you got to do you, baby. Do you. Be you. In today's world, you better be you. If you don't do nothing else. Until next time, bye.